I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Hey guys, welcome to Happy Wax TV. So I haven't done a Blu Ray haul in a while. A couple of you have mentioned it to me on Facebook. I think it's been a couple weeks anyway since I've done one, maybe even longer. So anyways, I grabbed these two piles. I don't think I've shown these. I have Blu-rays scattered all over my two studios, and I try and separate them, but you know, sometimes I forget which ones I've shown and which ones I haven't. Anyways, I don't think I've shown these ones, so we should be good. So, but anyways, I'm gonna start off quick with a little collectible thing that my daughter got me. She recently went to New York, and amongst some of the things that she brought back for me was this Pac-Man game, and I have not seen this over here. I probably won't open it. And you can actually play Pac-Man on this thing. Now, I'm not gonna open it, but I mean, it comes with the original sounds and all that sort of shit. So, yeah, thought that was a nice gift. Who doesn't love Pac-Man? Anyways, this will be going on my shelf. I don't think I'm gonna open that one, but we'll just leave it as is. Okay, so on to the Blu-rays. So I do not own this movie. Actually, I think it just came out on Blu-ray. The new It movie. Whether it's Bill Skarsgård or Tim Curry, I mean, they both played the Pennywise character awesomely in their own way. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of hard to compare the two because, I mean, Tim Curry's movie was, you know, back a long time ago when special effects, you know, weren't kind of there, but it was creepy in its own way, and I mean, it freaked a lot of people out. So I know there was a lot of anger when they said they were going to remake it, but you know what? I think honestly, Bill Skarsgård really pulled it off with Pennywise, and Andrea Machete really did a great job with directing this movie, and they are making a sequel. So I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought this movie was great. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. I think most people loved it, though. You know, it's kind of hard not to. It really was. It really was a good movie. A great movie? Maybe not, but definitely a good movie. But anyways, yeah, It, Blu-ray, I now own it. From Beyond. This thing's a fucking classic. So much so that it even says classic right on the fucking, on the box. And this is the unrated director's cut. The movie is called From Beyond. And it's got a couple legends in it. Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs. Actually, Barbara Crampton was just in Puppet Master of the Littlest Reich. I did a review on that a couple videos ago. So, but this movie's crazy. It's campy, it's cheesy, it's gory. It's definitely a must-watch for horror fans. If you haven't seen it yet, find it, watch it, and you'll fucking love it. The movie's called From Beyond. What else we got here? Okay, so Galaxina, I've seen that. That's not the reason why I bought this. The reason I bought this double feature was for the Crater Lake Monster. I saw it when I was a kid. There used to be a show on Saturday afternoons hosted by Superhost, and he used to show this once in a while, and that's the last time I saw it. So I probably haven't seen this movie, I'm going to say, in probably 30 years. So I'm going to definitely watch this and do a retro review on it. I think it's cool. I haven't actually watched the disc yet, so I'm not sure if there's two movies, so I'm kind of hoping that they've pieced it together kind of like a Grindhouse style, you know what I mean, where they show one intermission, maybe show some cartoons and shit, and then go right into the second one. But I guess I'll find out when I give it a watch, and a review will be coming for that. This movie, The Burning, this is another Scream Factory release. This movie was fucking great when it came out in the 80s. It's Tom Savini in his prime, doing the gore and the blood and the guts. It's a great fucking movie. It's kind of like it's a camp counselor that goes fucking berserk. If I remember correctly, it's been a few years since I've seen it, but the kills in this movie are I mean, classic Savini. So if you haven't seen this, definitely find it. And I'll be doing a retro review with Axemaster on this one as well. It's called The Burning. Great fucking movie. Okay, this one is kind of hit and miss. Some people love it. Some people fucking thought it was retarded. It's Clive Barker's Lord of Illusions. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but obviously Clive Barker did Hellraiser, those, you know, his creations, the Cenobites, and then he did Nightbreed, and with all of those creations. And then I think this is the last movie he directed. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might have been Nightbreed. I'm not sure, but then he packed it in, then he went back to just kind of being an author and an artist and stuff like that. And I don't think he's directed since. So it's been years since I've seen this movie, but I remember not hating it when I saw it. So I'm going to give it a watch. And again, this is another Scream Factory re-release. So it's got tons of special features on it. So a lot of times when I buy these Blu-rays, like I'll have multiple copies of them. Like this, my next one here is Pumpkinhead. I have a copy of Pumpkinhead here, but this is the collector's edition. The other one is just the straight up like regular movie, but the special features on this version of Pumpkinhead, which is one of my favorite fucking creature features of all time, by the way, just has a ton of special features on it. So, I mean, you know, my kid's always bugging me, why do you buy so many of the same movie? And I'm like, well, you know, if you like special features, you kind of have to, because they, you know, and I know it's a cash grab. They'll release one Blu-ray and have some stuff on it, and then they'll have the director's cut and have some more stuff on it, and then there's the collector's edition, which will have a ton. You know what I mean? So if you want to see all these special features, you kind of got to buy them all. I don't mind. So I have multiple copies of tons and tons of movies. So, but anyways, Lord of Illusion, give it a watch. It's pretty awesome. And then this movie, I mean, if you haven't seen Pumpkinhead, I mean, just, I don't know. Just find this movie and fucking watch it. It's just so fucking good. And on a sad note, unfortunately, this movie's being fucking remade. Right there, Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead being remade. If there's some movies that should never be touched, Pumpkinhead is definitely one of them. Yeah, I don't know. Hollywood, what the fuck are you doing? Like, are you all out of ideas that you have to go ruin more classics? I don't know. Don't get me started on remakes. Anyways, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This movie is so fucking good. I had this box set, and I hate to say it, but I had this years ago, and I fucking lost it. I don't know if I lent it to somebody, and I never got it back, or what. I'm not sure. I did get broken into a couple years ago. They didn't really take many of my my stash here, but they did, you know, they took some electronics and shit like that. But I don't know, maybe there was a Monty Python Holy Grail thief in the fucking mix, and they took it because I can't find it. So I'm not sure what I did with it. So, but anyways, I bought a new one. It's kind of like a box set. It's a collector's edition. So you open it up. Let's see if I can do this here. You open it up, and it's got a film cell in it, like an actual cell from the movie. I know you probably can't see that on camera, but it's right there. If you hold it up to the light, you can see it. It's actually the knights standing there. What are they doing? I don't know. They're cheering or something, but it's a cell from the movie. And then we have the like a little it's like a scene selection card, which is pretty cool. And then there's this awesome booklet, the screenplay, and it's the entire movie written out, which is fucking amazing. It's all right there, all the scenes, all the dialogue, everything. It's all right there. And then in the front of it, there's some pictures from the movie. It's fucking awesome. And then, yeah, and then there's the movie itself. Right there. Oh, yeah, it's kind of, the glue came off. This is kind of an older one that I got, but yeah, so there's the disc there, and then all the stuff that goes inside of it. So, yeah, this is a good find. Like I said, I had it years ago, and then I either lent it to somebody, and I never got it back, and I can't remember who I lent it to. If you have it, you know who you are. And then, or when I got broken into a couple years ago, one of the fuck assholes stole it, but I doubt that happened because they didn't take anything else. So, anyways, okay, so this, again, you know, I don't strictly watch horror movies, but one of my movie icons is Clint Eastwood, and this is his 20-film legacy collection. I mean, it's got everything from 1971 right to 2014. Obviously, he's made more than 20 movies, but I saw this there, and I just thought, you know what, this guy is a legend. He's in his fucking, mid to late 80s, and he's still making movies, directing and stuff. So, I mean, good for you, Clint. So anyways, I bought this. I just had to have it. So I'm a big Clint Eastwood fan. Picked that up. And, I mean, I've pretty much seen all the movies on here, but, you know, good Saturday afternoon. Nothing else is on. If I have nothing else to watch, yeah, anyway, we'll just watch some Clint Eastwood. So, okay, and then I got this. I didn't even know this was a thing. Sleepaway Camp is a fucking great movie. It's really, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but It's really one of the first horror movies that kind of had like a twist ending, if that makes sense. I don't want to give it away for the, the few people that probably haven't seen Sleepaway Camp, but for all of those of you who have, you know what I'm talking about. But the best of my knowledge, I mean, that was probably one of, if not the first movie to have kind of like a shocking twist at the end. But yeah, this is the Sleepaway Camp survival kit. So, I mean, there's the box that comes in, and then it's got all 3 movies, 1, 2, and 3 inside this little holder. And then as you take it out, and it has like, anything when you go camping, the whatever, it's made to look like a first aid kit, right? So it's got like antiseptic and sunscreen lotion and shit like that on it. And then this is production footage from the unfinished Sleepaway Camp 4. I didn't even know that was a thing, so I'm definitely going to check that out. And then here's the three movies. Well, there's number 3, and then we got number 2, and then we got number 1, which is the original classic. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but I really think we'll be doing retro reviews on that one. And then another cool thing too is there's like a diary in here, and it's got production notes and all sorts of stuff right up to day 13. But it's pretty cool because it has it all written out, and then it's got stills of the movie in there, and some of the gore. Where is it here? Some of the gore that went on in the movie, like right there, and then where's the skull? Like that right there when the guy gets his skin ripped off his face and stuff. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. So I'm glad I found this. I did not even know this was available, but yeah, I was just happened to be in at the Beat Goes On at the right time, and I saw it sitting there. Well, actually they held it for me, but yeah, they asked me if I wanted it, and I was like, yeah. I didn't even know this was available. So, and now I own it, the Sleepaway Camp Survival Kit. So thank you very much, Beat Goes On. Okay, so when I was a kid, I used to watch a show called Superhost. It used to be on Channel 43. It was a Cleveland-based show, and the host, Superhost, he used to show like 2 features. The first one would be like an old school horror movie, and then a lot of times as a second feature, he'd show like a Godzilla movie or something. It was really cool. But the lead up to it, he would show like Abbott and Costello movies or the Three Stooges and stuff like that. And one of the funniest Abbott and Costello movies that I've ever seen is Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. I mean, this movie is funny as fuck. It's a classic. If you haven't seen it, I mean, you really do need to find it and watch it. It's got Bela Lugosi in it, and I mean, it's just, man, oh man, it's so fucking good. It's got all the classic horror movie monsters in it, obviously, because it's Universal. So, I mean, when I saw this on the shelf, like, I don't know, like things come and go, and I try and get my hands on a lot of the stuff. You know what I mean? Like I have the Monster Legacy DVD gift set. It's got Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Wolfman, and then it's got the movies that come with it. The Mummy and all the classic monsters, And I always try and collect that stuff whenever I see it, and stuff like this you just can't pass up. It's just, and again, I mean, I'd like to think I had a pretty good collection, but I did not own this fucking movie, so I'm glad that I own it now. It's just, something that was missing, and I'm glad I found it, and yeah, and I'm gonna watch this actually today. So Abbott and Costello are fucking hilarious, and then you throw in the Universal monsters, and I mean, it's win-win. This movie, I have not seen it, but oddly enough, it's a Sci-Fi Channel movie, and it got actually fucking great reviews. It's called Mega Piranha. If you guys have seen this, let me know in the comments. I have not seen it, but I just recently went and saw The Meg, which I thought was an okay movie. And I thought, well, since we're kind of, still in the topic of giant fish, especially after seeing Jaws there in July at the Highland Cinema and then The Meg, I thought, you know what, let's buy this and see what it's all about. So Mega Piranha, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to watch it sometime this week and maybe do a review on it, and I'll let you know if it's good or not. And then this movie here, John Carpenter. Okay, so I'm going to say this as politely as I can. I think this was the last movie he made, and then he really went for a tank. This was, okay, so it's called Ghost of Mars. Some of you love it, most of you hate it. This movie, unfortunately, really showed that John Carpenter refuses to come in, to new technology, and it really showed in this movie. His lack of understanding of special effects, like nowadays, and it really took away from this movie. Okay, so I don't want to sound like a dick, but I did like this movie. I did. It's one of those movies where it's so bad that it's good, if that makes sense. So I didn't mind this movie, but it really showed Carpenter's, unless he meant it to look like that, but I don't think he did. But it really showed his inability to kind of move into now. And then I think this was one of the last movies he directed. He made another one too. What was it called? The Asylum or something like that. And it was horrible too. And after that, he kind of just stopped directing, and then he just produced some movies. But even when he produced, he like the Fog remake and some other movies that were just terrible. You know what I mean? And then, so I've got my fingers crossed though, because the new Halloween movie coming out, he's one of the producers, and he's actually scored it as well. And I'm fingers crossed he's back on track, because the trailer for the new Halloween movie looks fucking fantastic. So hopefully it is. But Ghost of Mars, I enjoyed this movie. The special effects were so cheesy and whatever. It made this movie comical, but it was still good. So if you haven't seen it, I'm sure everybody has, but if you haven't seen it, watch it and you'll know what I mean. Now, let me tell you something. This movie here called Bushwick. It stars Dave Bautista and Brittany Snow. I love Dave Bautista. I think he's fucking awesome. He's a great actor, and I think great things are coming, from his Guardians of the Galaxy onward. Man, he's in so many movies, and he's awesome. He's an awesome character. But this movie was on Netflix, and I'd never heard it before. And we just decided to watch it one night, just simply because Dave Bautista is in it. The whole time I was watching this movie, I was like, why the fuck have I never heard of this movie before? It's crazy. So I don't want to tell you too much about it, but it's more or less, just something happens, and in the town that they're in, and they have to survive. Just, you know what? I don't want to say nothing. I don't want, because if I tell you, then it'll give parts of the movie away. But I don't know if this is still on Netflix, but if it is, definitely watch it. But it's called Bushwick, and Dave Bautista's character in this, actually the whole movie's fucking great. It's got lots of blood and guts in it too, and it's a fantastic movie. So anyways, Bushwick, watch it. It's fucking awesome. Okay, so as badly ripped as this movie got, I thought this movie was fucking awesome. I don't know what a lot of reviewers were watching when they saw this. It's Kong, Skull Island. I thought this movie was fucking fantastic. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I went to see it, in the back of my head, I thought, okay, this is gonna suck. You know what I mean? But it didn't. John C. Reilly killed it, and they made Kong, or King Kong, so fucking huge and muscular. And you know why they did it? Because we've got the Godzilla, the new Godzilla movie coming out in 2019, and then directly after that in 2020 is Kong versus Godzilla. So what they did is they jacked fucking King Kong up to the same size as Godzilla now, and I'll tell you, you don't see King Kong until really until the helicopters kind of have that Apocalypse Now sort of scene where they come, and it's like the haze and stuff, and he's standing there. Holy fuck, man! Like, I got goosebumps when I saw that scene. But this movie is really, really good. Is it a classic? No, but it is definitely worth watching, and it's something that I'm happy that I have on my shelf now, because it really is fucking good. So, and if you haven't seen it, you really should. Just, they kind of give you a little background too on Monarch and how they're kind of tying, everybody into that universe of Godzilla and King Kong and all the other monsters and stuff. So I think it's going to be real cool that they're doing that. So, the Godzilla universe is quite extensive. There's so many fucking monsters, and now to add, King Kong in there, although they did make a Kong versus Godzilla back in the day, which was absolutely fucking terrible. But this movie's awesome, and then the Kong versus Godzilla, probably going to kill it. So, okay. Well, actually, here, let me just do this one first. Okay, so since we're talking about Kong, I just picked this one up, Godzilla, the new one. I think I already had it, but the guys at Beat Goes On set it aside for me, and I just thought, well, if you're nice enough to set it aside, I'll buy it anyways, and then I can just give it to somebody or whatever. But yeah, so here we go. Kong versus Godzilla, coming in 2020. It's going to be fucking awesome. I can't wait. So anyways, if you haven't seen either of these movies, like, what the fuck, just go see them. They're awesome. Okay. Axemaster and I both agree that zombie movies leading up to about a year ago were just fucking, were horrible. They just, everything that came out was fucking garbage. And even The Walking Dead, I think it's safe to say that after about season 2, The Walking Dead has just been absolutely terrible. It's had some episodes that are good, but overall, it's fucking terrible. And a lot of the zombie movies that have come out in that time, fucking terrible. But then all of a sudden, I don't know, something happened, and Hollywood got a whole bunch of great ideas, and not just Hollywood, but Asian filmmakers as well. And I'm telling you, Train to Busan, if you have not seen this fucking movie, you need to go find it, and you need to go watch it. I think it's still on Netflix. I saw this before it was, actually, I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. I saw this before it came to Netflix, and I think I've seen this about 10 times now. This movie is fucking intense, let me tell you. I don't want to give too much away, but if you've lost hope in the zombie genre, this movie will find your love for that genre again, because it is fucking good. It's subtitled, but so fucking what? Just shut up and read it and enjoy this movie. And they're making a sequel, and I'll be honest with you, as much as I don't like a lot of sequels, I don't mind that they're making a sequel to this movie because it was so fucking good. And it's the same director too. I'm going to butcher his name here, but Yu Sang-ho. He's got another one coming out next year. So Train to Busan, if you haven't seen it, watch it because it's fucking amazing. Okay, so Queenie Todd did a Vincent Price tag, and Queenie, I am going to do a Vincent Price tag because I fucking love Vincent Price, and I have a couple collectibles that will blow you away when I show you to them. I don't want to tell you too much what it is, but I have a piece of art, and there's only 2 of them in the world. I own one, and Vincent Price's daughter owns the other one. And I will show that when I do. Actually, if you go on my Instagram way back, I think I put a couple pictures of it up there. But anyways, I'll show that when I do the Vincent Price tag. But yeah, there's only 2 in existence, and I own one of them. So, and then his daughter owns the other. But this, I was sitting on the shelves, and I already own all these movies, Vincent Price, but it's just like a collector's edition. And what really drew me to this, I don't know if the camera will do it justice, but the eyes on this, the way they've got them, they're almost like 3D. I'm not sure how they did it, but no matter how you turn the box, his eyes follow you, which is just creepy as fuck. So, but anyways, in this collection, you've got all, some of his classics here, like Madhouse, Theater of Blood, obviously The Abominable Dr. Phibbs, and Dr. Phibbs Rises Again, Tales of Terror, Twice Cold Tales, The Witchfinder General, and Disc of Horror. So, again, I have all these movies already, but it's Vincent Price, and anytime I can get my hands on any of his stuff, why the fuck wouldn't you buy it? So he's just a legend. And Queenie, I am doing a Vincent Price tag. I promise I will work on it probably this weekend, and hopefully have it up either on the weekend or early next week. So, and then I'm so excited to show you that piece of art that I have. But again, if you go back on my Instagram, way back to when I first started, I think I was posting some of my art that I have in my house. I think it's on there, I'm not sure. So anyways, okay, you guys all know how I love my fucking steel books, so I've got another stack of them here. So again, this isn't a horror movie, but it's Chevy Chase's Christmas Vacation. Really, when Christmas time comes, there's a handful of movies I watch, Elf being one of them, The Grinch, the cartoon Grinch with Boris Karloff, Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, those ones, and then this movie, Christmas Vacation. If you need a good laugh at Christmas time, this movie never disappoints. And here, I'll tell you what, I did this before. If you want to take a screenshot of that, and you're the first person to do it, you can have the digital copy for free of Christmas Vacation. So there you go. You're welcome. What else? Angels and Demons. Okay, I have not seen this movie. It's Tom Hanks, and I think it's the continuation to the Da Vinci Code. Ron Howard directed it, and the first one I really liked. The Da Vinci Code was great, but this is the second movie in the series called Angels and Demons, and it's Steelbook. That's why I bought it. I just thought it had a cool cover. And then inside there's all sorts of discs, theatrical and extended versions, special features. I mean, it's just craziness inside here. So 3 discs. So I'll give this a watch sometime. What else? Okay, so I don't go to Best Buy very often. I don't like those box kind of stores, whatever. So, but I was in Best Buy last week. I can't remember why. I was looking for something. Anyways, and I just happened to take a tour through their Blu Ray and DVD sections just to see what they had. And holy fuck, they have steelbooks in there. I was like, since when do they start selling these fucking things? So anyways, I came across this one. It's Al Pacino in Scareface, and I thought the front cover of this was awesome. It was done up when he's shooting the machine gun near at the end there, but he's like been like kind of cartooned. So, and I thought this was like the coolest thing, and it's fucking awesome. And again, I'll do this too for Scareface. I'll give you the digital copy. I'll post that picture up there, and if you're the first one to enter that number, you can have the free digital copy. And yeah, I mean, it's got a full disc of special features, and then it's got the movie inside on Steelbook, which I don't own any versions of this. In fact, I don't even think I have any DVD copies of Scarface. I don't think. So I'm not sure. But yeah, this was awesome. Now, not only Scarface, but the Blues Brothers. I mean, fuck, this movie is a fucking classic. John Belushi, not Jim Belushi, John Belushi. I mean, Animal House is one of my favorite movies, and then the Blues Brothers with Dan Aykroyd, it was just incredible. So I fucking love this movie, and there it was. Now the steel box, you know, is just kind of basic. It's got their sunglasses on it, and then Jake and Elwood with their fists, you know, the finger tattoos, which is really cool. And then you open it up, and it's just one disc, but it's got the special features and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, this is fucking awesome. I'll tell you what, I'll do the same thing I just did. if you want the digital copy of Blues Brothers, I'll just screenshot that and have at it, because I don't do digital copies. I just like watch them on disc. And then these two, my God. Okay, so each of these, this is Steel Case 2, The Howling, Joe Dante, which is it's a classic movie. Only 10,000 of these steelbooks were made, and I now own one of them. I mean, 10,000 is a pretty big number, but whatever. But I own one of them, and yeah, it's awesome. Doesn't have really anything on the inside, but the disc has a ton of special features on it with interviews and all sorts of stuff, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. Well, not only that, but is because it's a steelbook. You know what I mean? But the special features on this movie are incredible. So if you haven't seen The Howling yet, you need to watch it or find it, because it's fucking awesome. And then the last movie, which needs no introduction. It's such a fucking great movie. Bruce Campbell, Army of Darkness. Only 10,000 of these copies were made, again, like The Howling, the Steelbook. Man, oh man, it was the last one on the shelf. So, you know, like they probably almost sold out immediately. I guess I came in at the right time. So, but man, it's got all sorts. It's got the theatrical version, it's got the director's cut, and then it's got a whole disc of special features inside. So, I mean, I scored big time when I got this. I have other discs of this, but I don't have this steelbook. So, 3 disc steelbook. So, wow, awesome. Anyways, there is the haul for this week. I think I did pretty good, and yeah, I mean, feel free to leave comments down below, you know, on some of the movies that I got. And also, just very quickly, I am working hard at this. I'm going to be starting up very soon horror movie news, where I just...
One eternity later.
Okay, let's try that again. So Canon cameras shut off right at the 30-minute mark, and I forgot about that, and I didn't realize I was talking for over a half an hour. But you know how I like to ramble, especially when I'm talking movies and my collections and shit. So anyways, yeah, what I was saying was leave me comments down below if you guys think, you know, I got some good stuff here. And what I was saying is that I'm starting a new segment to the show called Horror Movie News. Now back on my old channel, I did a few episodes. I talked about Jeepers Creepers 3 and the Day of the Dead remake and a couple other movies too, and it did really well. And then, I don't know, for some stupid reason, I stopped doing them, and I don't know why. I don't know, maybe I'm just too fucking lazy, I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to start them up again. Definitely, I'm just working on a background in one of my studios there, so it's different from these other two studios that I have. Yeah, so it's almost ready to go. And basically, I'm just going to pick a couple topics that I see online and then just talk about them. They're going to be relatively short videos, probably just like 4 or 5 minutes. But if I can put like, you know, I don't think I'm going to do them daily. I just don't have time to do that. But, you know, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, just, you know, topics that I think you guys want to hear about and stuff, or maybe something you don't know that's happening. I'm not sure, but I'll talk about those. And yeah, so coming very soon, horror movie news. So look for it. But yeah, Blu Ray Haul. Let me know what you guys think. Leave comments down below. Also, if you stuck around to the end and you haven't joined Happy Wax TV on Facebook, make sure you do so. I show watch party horror movies on that channel, you know, a couple times a week. So far it's been really good, getting a good response, and every watch party seems to, you know, have more and more people tuning into it. So it's pretty awesome. So anyways, that's it. Blu Ray Haul's done, and let me know what you guys think of this one. And yeah, until next time, stay scared.